All right, it says I'm live. I don't know how live I am. So I watched all their videos, and I didn't do the most important thing before I got back on the stream. So we got this nifty bundle of snakes here. Oh my gosh. So this is going to be exciting to wire it up. It's not hard. The heat bed connector, though, has no strain relief. And they did not cover in their videos what you're supposed to use this cable wrap for. So, I don't know. Kind of weird. Yeah, that's total crap. Way too blunt. Never going to use that. Not without some work. Extra PTFE tube. Pull out the zip ties because I have a feeling I'm going to need them. I'm going to pull this out because I have a feeling I'm going to need that. So I assume that's for, yeah, pushing junk out of the nozzle. My SD card. I have not looked on the SD card yet. Sorry, snuffly. It's cold out here. Did I tell you that before? Okay, so there's a little card reader, USB 2.0 thing. Crazy little screwdriver. More little Allen wrenches. So for right now, I'll leave all these pieces in here. Only thing I did do, let's tip you up a little bit, is I mounted the filament runout detector up there on the top, right there. I have not put the glass bed back on. Keep it here. Wow. That's awesome. Yeah, we'll set that aside. So the hot end extruder thingy goes into the side of the case here. Not exactly sure how I'm going to keep that out of the gantry moving up and down. Let's hook up the hot end. I'll try and get these to unkink a bit. To get them straight off the end. Maybe pivot around that way and yeah, that's going to need some revampish there. All right, let's see what other cables we got. Let's get everybody out the back there. This one is the Y motor. So that is on the bottom of there. It's still only 4 wires, but it's a 6-pin plug. Okay. And I was thinking of zip tying that to there. The Z1 motor is right here next to me. Filament detector is this guy, which would have to parallel. Yeah, see, this is crazy, but okay. I can't hook it to there. Can't hook it to there. Maybe a zip tie like that to keep it from getting into trouble. Something like that. Okay, this one is the Y end stop. Oh, did I do that wrong? No, let's make those two go underneath the heat bed, I guess. Yeah, see, that's just asking for trouble right there. Let's tuck those guys under the frame, then they're not going to get. Yeah, that looks better. Okay. Hey, Vince. Morning. So you have one of these printers, but it's not working or something. You got it taken apart. You got it in storage because of whatever reasons. How did it print when you had it working? Z and stuff. Now, see, they had it dragged over the bed, and I don't want it on the bed. I want it tucked out of the way. All right, and then this should be X in stop, which should go here with the. See, to me, that should be. That's going to have to be zip tied up there to that carriage. With enough loop to keep it out of the belt. Let's see, works. Oh, but no space for it. Printed decent, but the extruder assembly was loose. Okay. Well, I mean, the belt's loose, but the extruder assembly itself feels pretty goodish. Not horrible. Okay, this is the Z1 motor. Let's see if I can do this without yoinking cables. Which way? Let's see. Okay, there's that. And then Z2. Nope, X motor. Oh, I did that too soon, didn't I? X motor. Yep. Oh, well, X motor will get zip tied down there, I guess. Loosen the wheels and got them seated back in the grooves. Seems to be okay here. Let's zip tie this guy right like this. Such cute little zip ties. All right. That should keep some things out of harm's way. So they give you all this cable wrap. Are you supposed to wrap all these guys together? They didn't show it. Didn't even show you using it in the videos that I watched. So right now we're just gonna wing it. Last cable, Z2. I'm gonna run it under the frame. Over here. Out of the way of everything moving. Okay. So far, so good. Yeah, and I needed to use my metric tape measure to measure this because, you know, that's what they showed. So I'm at 94 there. And I'm at 94-ish here. Well, let's go right to 95. I'll push this up to 95. That's actually 495. This one. There we go. Now that's going to take about a half an hour. May have been the... Oh, got a great deal on it. Okay. So it was kind of used. Okay, that's connecting. I hear it clicking. Okay, so may want to zip tie those guys down underneath there, maybe. Tuck that guy in underneath that foot. There. All right. We got USB. There's an extra plug or an extra hole. Oh, is that for the second extruder? They showed it going into this back hole on the control box, but there's another one identical to it just ahead of that. Okay. I know that it has the board. I saw the review on the board, and it does have enough outputs on the board to support a second extruder. So that's kind of cool. Oh, excuse me. It is cold out here. I will find out exactly how cold when I plug this in, if it's working. Double check. I looked at this already. It's set to 110. That's good. Put the cord in here. I mean, this is a far cry from the old days when the power supply was just bolted on the sides of things, and kind of everybody was crying about, hey, you're going to electrocute people. I am going to plug USB into this just for giggles. Let's see. Okay, make sure everything's clear. Probably should move the camera somewhere where you guys can see it a little better. Or are you okay? Oh, hey, Rover's back. Wasn't pleased to get it. Wasn't pressed to get it up right away. Oh, you got two CR10s. Okay, well, I was going to measure this too. They say 310. So the bed actually measures 315 by 315. And to the nozzle at the top. Well, it's not quite to the top, but it's pretty close to 410. It'll be, wow, it would be really, really close. I'm going to throw another zip tie on there to keep that from just getting befouled in stuff. Because that doesn't move. But there are, I mean, that is, these guys. It's crazy. It's got to go all the way to the top and then feed this. Why don't you put the, yeah. I think what I'll do is mount the filament detector on top of here. Just zip tie it or something and put these cables so that they run up and down with the extruder. Let's go get the glass bed. And yes, it has all kinds of fingerprints on it now. But we'll put clips on. Okay, and I'll get some alcohol in a minute. Let's turn the power on. Ooh, fancy. Do I have a tripod I can stick you guys on? Probably not. Well, it's 7 degrees in my garage, Celsius. 3D printer ready. Let's hit that. Oh, the lights are on. Boy, really light detints. Prepare. Let's go auto home. Well, that's not super speedy, but not the slowest thing I've ever seen. I bet you that could speed up about 4x. There's some squeaking. Yeah, that spot for the filament sensor doesn't make a whole lot of sense. 3D print something that bolts to these two little holes here and have the filament sensor ride right on top of there. Of course, that. Well, you could have the filament sensor ride over here. Oh, we're done. Okay. Let's go prepare again. Let's go. Whoops. Control. Oh. Manual bed leveling. Swimming X, Y, and Z. Mm. Okay, just grabbing. Next point. This is not too bad. Oh. The filament spool at the top and sensor directly underneath and set it up however, yeah. Well, no, I'm just saying that the cable for that filament sensor is so short. And it's kind of goofy. And then if it detects filament out, you know, you've got that much. I think having it riding up and down on the X carriage would probably be the thing. And I think I goofed up here. So let me shut this off. Let's tighten the bed all the way back down against the springs. Bottom them suckers out. Okay. And let's level this. Yeah, that's not very level. Let's level this by hand first. Okay, that's where it's going to level out at. There we go. Just looking at it, that looks much better leveled. Okay, let's try that again. A little closer to being level than measuring it off of the top of there. At least we're level to the bed here. All right. Prepare. Let's go manual bed level. Okay. Now we can crank this puppy up. Okay, just snagging. Ooh. Ah. Not made for people with monster hands. Just a little too much. Next. Oh, moly. Well, I can tell we're not going to reach that spot. Get this guy all the way. Cinch down. We may have to go around a couple times here. Yeah, let's try that. Okay, just dragging. Let's go see what it does for next point. It'll probably just keep going around and around. Yeah, that's what I thought. Now, the funny thing is, the light lights up when it's over on this corner, but not when it's over on this corner. That's the ZN stop light. Okay. Let's go back a little bit. Back a little more. There we go. That to me is weird. Why wouldn't the ZN stop light at every point that you're trying to level? That is not going to be close right there. The N-type lights, when it's over here, but not when it's over there. And this time it's not lighting up here. What the? Oh, now it's lighting. Why? Okay. Not getting it, but okay. Let's go back. Okay. And in bed level. Okay. There are the lights on. Okay, next point. Lights not on, but almost on. Just dragging. Okay. That corner, for whatever reason, is low. Ah, Gessner. Hey. Yeah. Oh, hey, we're getting somewhere. That's pinching. That's dragging. All right. One more point. Been around this about 4 times. Just in for a few. Hit the thumbs up. Okay, cool. Thank you. Well, hopefully we'll be doing a little test sprint here. Okay, I'm going to go back. Let's see if I get a min temp error. Control. Oh, name. Is there a preheat thing? Prepare. We did that. Preheat PLA. Preheat PLA. Let's see if that says it's heating up. The build went really good. Just a couple of mods that I did. Drilled some holes in the bottom to seat the screws against the actual extrusion rather than the V-slots, and added nuts to the bed so that the screws wouldn't fall out and you're not just relying on friction of the countersunk screws. Ooh, that smells like new printer. So, glaring omission, no glue stick. They did not ship a glue stick. Come on, guys. All right. Ooh. Did not get an error. Still says it's only at 23 degrees. Guess I'm not going to be able to clean that back corner very well, but hopefully their test print does not go back that far. There. All the fingerprints you can see are on the underside. Well, you don't have to drill them out for a better fit. What you have is you got the square aluminum extrusion, and you've got a V-slot on the underside, and they drilled a hole through that bolts into this upright, and they just have the head of the bolt pulling tight against the edge of the V-slot. They didn't counterbore it so that the head would go down inside the slot and rest against the thickness of the aluminum extrusion. Now, it's just me. I wanted it tight as it could be, as sturdy as it could be, and knowing my brute ape strength, I was going to over tighten the thing like crazy and probably mush the head through there anyway. So I just took my Dremel and augered it out so that I could have cleaned that, but okay, we'll stick some glue stick over here. Let's see how that works. Let's see if we're to temp. Nozzles to temp. Bed is at 35 degrees, so might be a little struggly to get up to. What's it trying to shoot? 55? Yeah. Do you think I can print something full build volume with, no, probably not. Yeah, it's it's 8 degrees, 7 degrees. Is that cool enough for you? I have a heated room in my garage, but we're not in the heated room. We're out in the workspace, not the makerspace. Well, I guess it's a makerspace, not the printing space. All right. Well, detector on the filament thingy is detecting. That ought to get tangled up in just no time at all. Let's yeah, that's not gonna work. Okay, put that in there. Whoa, come back here. Wow, nothing like tightly coiled PLA on a cold day. Warm the cockles of your heart. This is not going to be a tangled mess, is it? No. What could possibly go wrong with that? Okay, that whole thing, that whole thing has to come through there, like that, and then it has to go, yeah, and then it has to go back through there. Yep. Okay. We're at 47 degrees. So shall we plug in an SD card? All right. See you later. Yeah. 7 centigrade. Sorry. You'll watch that later and figure it out. Nope, SD card must go in this way. Oop. Okay, card is inserted. We're at 49 degrees on the bed. Okay, we got a PM BOH load, PM07, a 50-50-20. Well, let's go the 50-50-20. Let's see what that is. It's heating. It's struggling valiantly to try and get to 55 degrees. Just for the fun of it, I'm going to snip those off. They're 53 degrees. $54. There it goes. Put you guys down here. I don't know if those lights make it easier or harder to see what's going on. Oh, wow. Oops, sorry. That's, yeah. Bit under extruded. Okay, a lot under extruded. Print cooling fan is not started yet. Yeah, it's a lot under extruded. Pull some extra filament out. Maybe that'll help. No, actually, it looks like it did help. Sorry. I'm hand holding this because I don't think it's getting over on this side. Maybe do better. Well, other than where it was under extruding because the filament was all bound up on the filament detector, which it is again. Yeah, that's not a good design there. And it's a little stringy. Got the bail. Okay. Well, Vince, thanks for stopping by. Glad you got to see it do a test print anyway. Yeah. It looks like it's going to be okay. You have to do a few things, run it through tests all the way to the top of the build volume and sort out the filament feed path so it's not binding up, but it will all work out okay. Do you know if it uses standard E3D V6 nozzles? It looks like it does, but I have to take the SD card inside and read the documentation. Okay. Maybe I'll do a few more Google searches. It's doing okay. The real test is printing a benchy with it. But I got to get a slicer profile set up. You have a good night or good morning. All right. Well, I will check on that. Like I said, reasonable. We'll have to do some tests with some known models and see how accurate it is, see what the extrusion width, go through the regular calibrations. But it's printing straight out of the box. That's pretty awesome. It's not oozing plastic everywhere. That's awesome. It hasn't caught fire. That's awesome. So, so far all positive. One thing I do like about the Prusa display versus this little display, it does tell me Z. So Z height's 1.5. Been printing for 8 minutes, I guess. We're 9% done. That means it's an hour-long print for this thing. Wow. But it looks like it's holding temperature fine. The bed's staying hot fine. That's cool. Oh, let's set up my paint can over here. I don't have to, well, then guys don't have to put up with me waving the camera around. It will just sit there. If I put some masking tape on the cord, then when I trip over the cord, the whole thing would go. Oh, cool. I didn't check to see what version. We got to hook it up to Pronterface and look at that too. Yeah. You want to set that off because That bed, yeah, it comes out a long ways in front of the carriage, the frame. No, that's what's going on. The filament's all bound up again. Motion-wise, that seems all right. I do not see the little fan thing running. I'm going to go into tune. Let's see if tune has fan speed, flow rate set at 100. No, nothing in the display about fan. Let's see if it's in control. Temperature, motion, filament, drive strength, store settings, load, initialize EEPROM. Nope. Nothing in there. Adimlab, 3D printer on Facebook, lots of files in the group, information from people. Cool. I will check it out. Thank you. Pause print, change filament, stop print. Okay. Well, yeah, normally if the fan is running, there's a little animation, but I mean, this is not ideal by any means. 7 degrees out here trying to print. Yeah, and it looks like where I let the filament get bound up, it was under extruding, so that's got a layer separation, but that's my fault. Yeah, and it's not sticking to the glass. Okay, well, I'm going to stop this. Stop the print. Let's turn the case light, maybe not off, but oh, damn. That didn't seem to do anything. Lights off. Main. Prepare. New PLA. Let me let me peel this out of here. Yeah, I didn't get enough glue stick, and it's not sticking very well. Yeah, I don't think it's not because I didn't get it clean, but we'll go extra heavy on the glue stick there. Go both directions. How about that? Okay. probably baby step Z. We'll push it down a little bit. Oh yeah, that's looking better. All right. More glue stick. That's like more cowbell, right? Well, that's not working very well. Let's set this up on top. How's that? Maybe it'll focus. And out here in the garage, that's not so loud either. It's, I mean, I can hear a fan going, but not too bad. Okay. Yeah, this is something else on the filament detector thing. It binds up, screwed up this corner right here. Yeah, because it got bound up. All right, let's see if the lights make a difference. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to do that. Ah, and fair. Preheat PLA. Preheat PLA. Dang it. Well, that's all right. I got my actual scraper right here. Try that again. This time, don't let that thing. Don't let the filament get bound up on it. Sheesh. I know I probably don't need it, but we're going to add more just for that. What is that piece of paper that I had for leveling? Yep. Okay. Yeah. So there's no way this gantry goes down anywhere near low enough. So you could put a big corner brace in here to help stiffen this up. Can't really do one on the Z1 motor side because of the ZN stops right there. And this thing doesn't start really getting wobbly until you get the X carriage all the way to the top. There is a bit of vibration in the bed. I can see it looking at the reflection. It does judder a bit, so I would imagine that you want to keep your print speeds pretty slow, especially if you're doing a very large model. This is sticking down way better. That's good. And I haven't let the filament get bound up once yet. Just feeling the wires for the heat bed and the extruder. It all feels pretty reasonable. Nothing's getting hot, which is more than I can say for the Zone Star. That sucker was miswired. Hey, you know, but I'll quit harping on the Zone Star. But at least this thing can, you know, whatever flaws I found, at least this printer came with everything that's needed to make it print. I didn't have to print modifications. Didn't have to. I didn't have to modify anything to make the thing work. And it came with all the proper parts. Everything was wired correctly. That's awesome. I will say that is awesome. So I may have to take this apart and put some a little bit longer screws on the bed, and print some bigger knobs for easier leveling. I don't think the bed should actually get out of level too bad. Once you've got it level, I think it should do pretty well. We'll see how it does. You know, that's the bad thing. I like glass prints, printing on glass. They do have awesome surface finish on the bottom, that glossy thing. But I would really like to have a removable build surface that was flexible, because you can't flex a glass plate. And the only way I see to do that, because this machine is set up specifically for this thickness of this glass plate because of where this in-stop is located. So you'd have to 3D print or modify a new bracket here. I'll go check the Facebook group out and see if somebody hasn't done that. But like if you wanted to remove the glass plate and have a build tack sheet or a removable steel sheet, you know, something like the build tack removable surface, you'd have to adjust where this in-stop is, or put longer bolts in there so I could raise the bed higher, because with this glass plate on here, these screws are barely long enough to get the build plate up to where the nozzle is. And so far, there's no problem with it holding temperature. Seems to be doing real well. Looking at the layers, it looks real nice. Now, I mean, it's not a speed demon, you know, but I don't expect it to be. I don't really feel much air that little fan is moving. up the little hot end cooling fan. So I may pull this cover off and see what's going on. And if this is a metal cover, I may 3D print a plastic one and help remove some weight from that hot end assembly. You might get a little better speed and got some a printer mod video, Grover. Okay, I will do that. But yeah, if this is, and it does, just looking at it, I think it's metal, but it might not be. Sound of it. I'd like to see what's underneath there. Huh, yeah, could be aluminum. But yeah, if it is, I know the Zone Star had a metal shroud and mount and stuff, and that hot end was pretty heavy. The extruder. What's on your printer mod video, Rover? Specifically for this printer or a different one, or just in general? Excuse me. Oh. What is it? 11th or 11:15. All right. We are 16% done. So I'm assuming 50 by 50 by 20 means that this is going to be 20 millimeters tall. And if I can, if I don't cancel the print again, if we can crank the speed up. Oh, speed set to 99. Well, let's crank it to 150. See what it does. See if it holds temperature at 150. Woohoo! We'll see if we can see any artifacts in it at 150. The temperature's going okay. So we were at 2.5 millimeters. We cranked it up to 150, or well, 3 millimeters, and we cranked it up to 150. Motors are not all that warm. Doesn't look like we're skipping any steps. Okay, at 6 millimeters, I will crank it up to 200. Mwah. And keep pushing it until we get a skip step. Nah, probably not. At 4.5 millimeters. Uh-oh, rover. Oh, we can show you rovers. There you go. Show rovers video. I will check that out. Oh, wow. Yeah, okay. Huh. It says we're at an odd number of millimeters. Just use pad in place of glass. Okay. Yeah, but well, like I was saying is I'll have to add longer screws to hold the bed on because I can't physically level. I can't go up anymore. I run out of nut. Uh-oh. Now I'm seeing a problem because I let the filament get bound up there. Do not remove the glue backing. It distracted me, Rover. I let the filament get all tight and screwed up my layer. So, Rover, have you got one of these? An Adimlab? I thought it was a pretty good deal compared, it's $100 less than a CR10, and with a direct drive extruder, I actually like it better than the CR10. No working printer. Test for alt printing. Okay. Yeah. All right. Are we at 6? No, we got a 0.5 millimeter to go. Oh, we might be at a weird. See, I would have assumed this is. I would assume this print is 0.2 layer height. I mean, I don't. It's just a G-code file, so I couldn't really tell you. I didn't slice it. The reason we may be at an odd number on the Z height is because I did do a baby step, and that might be throwing the number off because I'm not sure how this Marlin, I'm so used to my Pruses. You'd get 4 of the pads. Oh, okay. I will watch that. I have a spare 12 by 12 build pack sheet that I bought for putting on my Cetus. I think this is bigger than 12 by 12. Maybe not. Ooh, it's like 12 and a half. Sorry, my sinuses are starting to complain over here. Oh boy. Now we got it. Undo my tangle here. Okay. Stretch out the little coil of filament that we gave me. Get it all unwound. It's in a knot. Nope. Sorry, I'm not paying much attention to chat. I'm trying to undo the tangles in the filament coil, or I have another disaster and a failed print on my hand. There. Filament wrangling 101. Somebody should do a video on that. Well, I think Matter Hacker's already did. How to get your crazy filament coils untangled. Okay, that far. There, yay. All right. Yep. There we go. Okay, that is uncoiled. Whoops. No tanglements. Okay. Remove the glass. Use build surface. Yeah, well, you don't want you don't want to put anything too insulating on here. I mean, glass is bad enough. It's not a great heat conductor. That's why I was saying the removable flex plate system, but it's going to be a lot thinner. And so you're going to need that extra height, or you're going to have to modify the Z end stop to move the whole gantry lower. And quite personally, I like the idea of modifying the end stop and moving the head a little bit lower to the build surface and give you more Z height, like you need more than 16 inches of Z height. But, you know, what the heck? Dream big, right? Oh, I forgot. We were going to change the speed, right? We're at 7.7 millimeters. Let's change the speed. We're doing 150%. Let's rank that puppy. 200%, right there. Holy moly. Listen to that puppy go. How thick is the glass? Good question. It's hard to measure while it's moving, Rover. I don't know how thick the glass is. I'd say 5 millimeters. Looks like, just with my crazy tape measure. Hey, 200%, it's not skipping steps. I'm happy. That's awesome. Yeah, that's kicking. BTKH? I don't know what that means. You kids and all your young acronyms. Oh, measure it when it's finished? Yeah, okay. I will do that. Make sure my filament's not getting wound up in my motor back here. It's not. It belts. That would be boot to the head. Okay. Okay. Keeping my filament unwound. So I don't have that. Those strings are in there because you distracted me, Rover. Okay, when we get to 10 millimeters, or 8.9, we will crank it to 250%. And I have no idea what the speed is on this right now, but I'd say we're printing at about 60 millimeters ish, maybe 70. Pretty close. I'm impressed. I am impressed that it's, looking this decent and going this fast and hasn't blown up yet. And it doesn't smell like anything's any hotter than it should be. And that's awesome. Doesn't seem to be under extruding as long as I keep the filament loose up there. Okay, we're at 10.1 millimeters. Shall we go for 250? 250%? You dare me? Double dog dare me. Okay, speed 250. I'm guessing that's pretty close to 100 millimeters a second. Oh, 500%. No. Listen, I can see the bed wobbling and doing weird things at the normal speed. It's not bad, but you could feel it judder back and forth a little bit as it comes to the end of the stop. And I got to imagine that's just not going to be very good on print quality. But I'm happy that it's not skipping steps and doing a layer shift. See if it can keep this up for a while. You might get to 300%. And so if we get to 13 millimeters, and go every 3 millimeters ish. It's definitely pulling the filament in a lot faster now. And we're not up against the hard limit of whatever the firmware says is top speed for the thing, because it is getting faster. Oh yeah, it's definitely eating through filament a lot faster. Maybe getting some artifacts that I can kind of see. Maybe. We'll take a look at it after it's done here. Okay, 12.1 millimeters, about 5 more layers. Layers are going pretty fast now. No, it's hauling butt. Why does it sound like it's going faster even though I haven't increased it? Okay, 13.1. We're going to up it. Going to 300%. That's crazy. Wow. Those are quick layers. Those are extremely quick layers. So I guess I'll have to look at the G code and see how many millimeters a second this is printing at. I can figure that out. Guess I could load the G code back into Slick 3R, create a profile for this printer. Chris Warkaki, guy's a genius. Oh yeah, love his channel. Love watching his stuff. I'm not quite as up to experimental level and doing crazy things like he does, but you know, it's cool that these guys test all this stuff and put it out there. So if I upgrade to a newer version of Marlin, I'll have to check and see what this Marlin is too. Better start writing notes. Better start writing notes. If I need a pencil. Let's see. Whew, flying. Okay. Watch. Okay. Let's watch J L 3 J H Q O Q, capital Q, 3 little v, and that's got to be a 0. Okay, so that's Rover's path. Examine G code. G code for speed. Pronter face. Check Marlin version. What else was I gonna do? Oh. Whew, that was close. Okay, we're at 76%. We're at 15.9 millimeters. Oh yeah, Facebook group. The Facebook group. rope, movable bed. And mods. Okay. Yep, G-code profile, I got that. I gotta look at what other files are on that SD card too. I didn't bother looking at that. Didn't bother looking at the manual or looking at any videos to build the thing. Still managed to get it built. That's awesome. And 300%, and thus far, no skipped layers, no stuttering. Layer quality might be suffering a little bit from the speed. Let's see if I can. Let's change the nozzle up to 200. Let's see what that is. See if it'll go that high in this cold weather. Let's go into 196, 97, 99, 200. No problem. No problems. Yeah. Boy, they do not give you very much filament to test this thing with. This is barely going to have enough to finish this print. Yeah, I see a little bit of a goober right there, but that may be because I let it get a little bit tight on the, bound up on the filament out detector. Okay, 17.9 millimeters. You want to go to 350? It's scary. We'll do it. What the hell? Okay. Bang. 350%. That was at 18 millimeters when we did that. No, we're not going to get 500%. That's way too fast. You're going to run up against the firmware limits at that speed. 350's pushing it. We probably are at about 120 millimeters a second, 150 millimeters a second. That's pretty dang fast, man. I'm impressed. I'm seriously impressed. We only got about 4 more layers because we're now at 92% done. We're at 19.5 13.5 millimeters height. Might see our first top layer. Nope, still an inch. There's a top layer. Woohoo! Boy. So I'm guessing that the rapids are not turned up very much as well, because it seems to be rapiding a lot faster too. It's still holding 200 degrees, even pumping plastic that fast. That's pretty good. Very, very happy. Okay, it should be last layer right here. You know what? You could still add a brace. Just got to mount that Z end stop bracket, the Z end stop on the other side of the plate. And there's no reason you couldn't do that. Yeah. Done. Sweet. Okay, well, let's take a look at it. Get it out here. Whoop. Sorry. Got the paint can. Well, let me get this off the paint can here. Okay. So, a couple little imperfections. One there and one up here where I let it kind of bind up the filament. I don't know that you can really tell from that where I sped it up at. I mean, the corners might be a little rougher. I'm gonna have to pull it off of there and see. Hang on. My little spatula. Well, definitely got enough glue stick on there this time. Sucker is on there. Okay. Yeah, one of them might be, yeah, one of those is because of the filament getting tight, and then this one that right there, you could see it earlier. Yeah, that little split was running at high speed. We weren't getting a temperature drop on reading on the display, but I think we were having a little bit of layer adhesion. Oh, I could keep it centered. A little bit of layer adhesion issues, possibly due to the temperature. There is some ringing. You can see it right there. It kind of gets worse as you go up. And you can tell the start-stop point right there. But still, that's, you know, for being a first print, no tuning, it's pre-sliced G-code accepted, but we cranked it up to 350% on speed. And I gotta say, that is pretty cool. So the glass plate is for my roverish friend over there. I'll pull the clips off. Now let me not drop this. According to this, just by eyeball, without calipers, it's 4 millimeters thick. So, pretty thick glass plate. Do a test at 500%. No, thank you. I will accept 350 is plenty doggone fine. Well, these clips. I hate those clips. For one, I'm always worried about running into them with a print or something. Okay. 3 millimeter. Cool. All right. Well, you know, for printing a square, I don't know how long that took now. 49 minutes. Says on the display. Let's swing you down here. See it? Just about. Okay. Let's see what if it tells. 49 minutes, 16 seconds. Let's go version firmware 1.1.9 Rev 1.3a. Okay, write that down. And Marlin 1.1.9 and what Rev 1.3a. And my board is an HJC. HJC 2560C. 60C. That's cool. See, that's not a skimpy board. Baud is 2,500 or 25,000. 25,000. 250,000. Get my units right. R sensor. What is that? Is an R050. Oh, is that the is that the temperature sensor? Maybe. Huh. Okay. Anything else? Any other goodies in here that we can look at? Version. That's just the version. Main. Blah blah blah. Looked at all that. Case light. And turn that on. Print from SD. Control. Motion. There's no advanced, no. Oh, how cool! Load and unload. That's cool. E in cubic millimeters. I don't know what that is unless it's maximum, so it'll let it throttle. Huh, cool. Let's go into drive strength. Let's see what that says. Oh, tells you what the drives are. Oh, so here you got velocity, acceleration, jerk, steps. So I could change my Z. That can probably go up to about 20. You've got the X set to 300. And your steps per millimeter, you can adjust that. Jerk, acceleration, you should mess with that. Temperature. Do PID auto tune. Wow, this is cool. That's a newer version of Marlin, isn't it? So control does not. Well, that takes you back. So control just sets all those things. Well, like I said, I'm used to Prusa the way they. Let's see if you can control motion here. Move axis, okay. Let's move Z. Oh, let's move 10 millimeters. Okay. And there, we're going up to 110. That's cool. All right. All right. Well, I'm going to head for bed. I'm going to go take my SD card and go look at it in the warmth and coziness of my cushy computer chair. So thanks for joining me on my adventure. I'll report back with what my findings are. We'll see you guys next time.